Hello there folks, welcome back to RJBTV, where today we're going to look at some Leebokgu playing against Rabbit. Haven't really been giving either of these two players much time in the limelight as of recently. But I was thinking to myself, you know what? These two players actually do deserve a little bit more time here on the channel. They are both excellent top level players, and they do deserve to get their, due diligence on the channel. They do deserve to get their praise. They do deserve to get viewed and watched by more people all over, instead of just a few who watch their streams. Although Leebokgu is at this point retired, or so he says, I think he still kind of secretly smurfs here and there, but he claims to be retired. But Leebokgu, you never quite know, because this guy just always looks for a way to smurf on these top level streamers like Rabbit, Shin, Luckyback, or Brain, or one of the other top level streamers. He always just wants to catch them off guard. That's the kind of player he is. But here we've got him playing on his own name, Leebokgu. This game is from about, I think, 2020. Somewhere from August, not sure. I should have checked. So anyway, both players here right next to each other. We've got the 7 o'clock spawn location for Rabbit and the 6 o'clock spawn location for Leebokgu. Of course, Leebokgu is on the Protoss because Rabbit loves playing Terran or Zerg against Protoss. It's kind of what he does most of the time, and it delivers some really interesting content, that is for sure. Starts off with kind of a risky build order here with a command center first, and Leebokgu on the other side here starts off with the Nexus first. So both players there going for economy build orders, not really planning on fighting early on. Not yet. That's not what they had in mind. Of course, the barracks there comes out as well. 2 barracks is going to be 3, of course. Yeah, not much happening as usual. This is kind of just the start of the game. Rushing at this level as a Protoss usually does not work out that well, although in this specific situation, you could say that, hey, if Leebokgu had gone for a rush, it could have worked out for sure, because, there's not much here to defend for Rabbit. But more often than not, I still see these top level players defend a Zealot cannon rush when they go for a command center first and delay the barracks. Somehow they still make it work by getting a couple bunkers and just having absolute top level micro and expert timings on their gas, their economy. Pretty much everything just falls into place, and rushing just seems to be the one thing you cannot really do. Unless, of course, you yourself have some really cheesy, wacky build orders up your sleeve to surprise them with. But if you don't, it might be better to just go for one of these build orders like Leebokgu is doing right here. The Cyber Core, they're on the way, as is tradition. That is, of course, completely normal. So we're going to be seeing most likely robotics, most likely a Citadel of a Dune, most likely the standard pathways and algorithms. Rabbit here lifts up one of his barracks. Just going to try to get some cheesy firebats in there on the side. Let's hope Leebokgu does not get a pylon up on the side and sees the barracks flying in and producing firebats. And so far, it kind of looks like Leebokgu is not really paying attention to his sides all that well. Hasn't built pylons, doesn't have a probe or a unit on the side, so this barrack there might catch him by surprise, and that's gonna turn into a sour party for him. Academy almost finished up there on the side. So no stim. Stim is starting. Firebat is starting as well. There's still no cannon there in the back. Probes not protected. A little bit of scouting happening in the front, but the Marines are keeping those Zealots away. So Leebokgu turns around, going to pull them back to his own base. He's getting a triple gateway before robotics, which is rather interesting because that means that I might be wrong about my earlier assertion that robotics are going to be on the map faster than anything else. But it's going to be a couple of Dragoons to try and put some pressure there up on the front door, which might work because there's a very small amount of Marines. But the bigger problem, of course, is, as I mentioned before, that firebat production there inside of Leebokgu's base. He does find, oh, he sees it. A probe there by pure chance manages to find the barracks. The firebats are walking in. Stim is finishing up right about now. Oh, probe's gonna have to run away. Probes are blocking the firebats. Firebats there having a tough time. Oh, they do break through. Getting a couple kills there. How many kills did he have in total? I clicked too late, but I do think he killed about 10 in total. One more Firebat on the way. Dragoon there trying to protect. Dragoon finds the Firebat. One more Firebat spawns there on the top side. Firebat runs in. Dragoon not doing a lot of damage, but the probes do save the day. One more firebat spawns, gonna run around. Ooh, Leebokgu there. Has a cannon in the back, which saves his probe. So, things didn't go south that badly. He still loses 10 probes. That still kind of badly hurts, but could have been much worse. Could have been much worse. But what matters most for Rabbit here is he built himself a small, nice little lead over his opponent, and he's kept those Dragoons away from harming his front door here. He's got a bunker up and running. He's got Marine range almost finished up. He's got a tank on the way in siege mode as well. On 37 SCVs, Dragoons do arrive on the scene there though, a little bit too early, a little bit earlier than Rabbit was expecting. There's no SCV in the front to repair, so that bunker might go down, but range will finish right about now, which means the Dragoons are going to have to step back and stay at a safe distance. Marines, though, they're going to try to buy a little bit more time for the tank. They get siege. Dragoons are at a safe distance. Tank is overextending there, though, takes a couple shots, goes down, so tank number 1 for Rabbit is dead and gone, which might open up some offensive options for Leebokgu, because now it's going to be a little bit easier. Now, no tank is here at the front to keep those Dragoons away, but he is staying at a safe distance for now. Doesn't feel the need to take any risks yet at the moment. Just wants to make sure he's not going to lose probes again. Just wants to make sure Rabbit is not going to move out. Just wants to make sure Rabbit is not posing a danger to his economy, his army, or his base yet. Because the goal as a Protoss is to be the danger instead of being faced with danger. Picks up a Reaver and a Dragoon, flies over. Shuttle speed is not yet being researched. Couldn't afford it after losing those 10 probes. Comes in over the bottom side. There's a turret being built. Puts a Dragoon up on the high ground. So he had a chance to go in. This bottom section was completely wide open to fly in from, but he decided against it. Wasn't sure. Because he doesn't see what we can see. He doesn't know there was nothing in between the shuttle and its target destination. So Dragoon goes down, did a little bit of harassment, a little bit of scouting, a little bit of information gathering, forced those Marines to the bottom side, which actually might not be that great for Leebokgu, but, you know, you gotta make the best of what you can see. Information you have is gonna help you and is gonna guide you in your decision-making processes. Not quite sure how to pronounce that one. Not quite sure. So a little bit of scanning coming down there from Rabbit, looking for a tank drop on the probes, with sees the Dragoons there in between, so drops onto the high ground instead. I'm going to start with a little bit of abusive spot harassment. They're on the side. He's just going to choke up the front real strong, with all of his units and Marines there close to his command center, and slowly push with dropship and tanks towards those probes, and hopefully get a quick and clean kill on Leebokgu's economy and win the game. Leebokgu there, though, has got 5 Stargates finished up and a fleet beacon on the scene as well. Is getting air armor upgrades. Doesn't have a second cyber core yet, so no air attack upgrades on the way yet. Has not yet gone for a single drop. He might have tried to fly in because I cannot find the shuttle anywhere on the map, so he probably tried to fly in from the top side. Didn't get in because Rabbit's defense at the moment is airtight. It's got extended vision with some engineering base there, flying on spot number 9. Oh wait, the shuttle is right there on the bottom side, so he still has the shuttle. Double Reaver inside. A little bit of a turtle game from both players. Leebokgu is turtling. Got a dropship. Oh, double dropship coming in. Tanks are loading. Tanks are able to shoot on those probes. Probes are running away. Gets a beautiful shot off, but oh, he is in range. Skills about 20, so down from 71 probes to 51. Leebokgu there thought he was safe. Put some probes back on the minerals, but no, wasn't going to happen. They were not safe. Lost a couple of them, and this is once again going to, slow him down a little bit because his gas is low. He cannot afford at the moment to get more probes on the gas, and he just lost about 20 probes on the minerals. So yeah, this is gonna hurt his progression. This is setting Rabbit up for pretty much a guaranteed win at this point. At this point, It's Rabbit's game to lose. Leebokgu is clawing himself up on that steep hill. He might not be equipped for it. He's going to clear out a little bit of side division there. Rabbit now on 169 supply. A nice little group of dropships ready to fly more units onto the hill and start pushing those cannons on the side. Leebokgu's got those dragoons there ready to intercept. A couple of carriers are finished up and more are on the way. So despite the fact that Leebokgu lost probes twice, I think about 30 in total, he still has his carriers coming out pretty early, but perhaps not on time. Perhaps not on time because Rabbit is on 174 supply, pulling some SCVs, tanks, and Marines to the front there, into the middle, gonna start bolting turrets, and he's gonna start to push up on that frontal choke. Hopefully before all of the carriers that Leebokgu has are finished up. But Leebokgu there, coming into the bottom corner with shuttles and carriers. Carriers and interceptors providing protection for the shuttles. Shuttles flying in. SCVs are running away. A Reaver arrives on the scene. It's triple Reaver. 2 Zealots. Picks up the Reavers, gonna try to micro them. Close to the SCVs, gets close. Valkyries in the air there, though, are stopping the advancement. Taking down the shuttles, and it looks like Rabbit only lost about 21 SCVs. Well, a couple more, about 25. At this point in the game, well, given the amount of minerals he has at the moment, it was actually a pretty good hit on the economy right there. That actually is going to take the wind out of his sails and is going to put a stop to this frontal push. Because at this point, he doesn't really have the capacity to reproduce and rebuild the units he's going to lose when he goes for the frontal attack here. So Leebokgu has bought himself a little bit of time, and Rabbit should have maybe been a little bit more aware of the possible attack options Leebokgu had at that exact moment. But, you know, losing only 25 is better than losing everything. So he still has a nice sizable army, he just has to focus on not losing any SCVs again, because his economy is still recovering. Now in 69 SCVs against 75 probes. Rabbit resumes the push. Got a nice line of bunkers and turrets there set up as anti-air. Tanks are slowly pushing. Reaver goes down there in the front. Robotics are under attack. Carriers are going for the counter-attack. But the amount of turrets, marines, and bunkers there in the middle is making it a little bit difficult for those carriers to go in there and kill anything whatsoever. Because they don't yet have the high upgrades. They don't yet have the upgrades required to survive all that ground abuse, all the attacks coming from the ground. Tanks are in 1-1, Marines are in 0-1. He lifted up all of his barracks and engineering base, so Marines are getting phased out. He's switching over into Valkyries and into Goliaths as his anti-air option. Setting his tanks up there in the choke. More carriers are on the way, total of 4 more. He's got about 11 at the moment, going for about 15. More robots being built there on the side. Cannons are being built there to buy himself some time. Goliaths are entering the middle. Tanks are rolling through as well. Valkyries there on the side waiting for shuttle drops. The shuttle drops are currently not on the way. All the robotics are dead. New ones are being built, but drops are getting delayed. So you could theoretically put those Valkyries here on the middle. Then the question, of course, is going to be, will they remain there for too long and allow shuttles to fly in over the bottom corner yet again and hit the economy yet again and ruin his chances of winning? A little bit difficult there to break through, but the amount of turrets, I think I count about 30 here in total, built around the choke, built around the base walls, are keeping those interceptors weak. And it's just very difficult for him to break through. So he decides a different method of approach. Gonna try to break through over the side here. Valkyries there, keeping those carriers at bay. Corsairs can't go in because the Valkyries retreat. So now Leebokgu returns back to his base. He probably needs a couple of shield batteries to keep those carrier shields high and healthy. Because at the moment, the carrier shields are slowly getting worn out. And once those carrier shields are dead and gone, the carrier bodies cannot be repaired with a shield. So shield batteries, probably a great option. Rabbit, though, Goes for the attack. Valkyrie's running away. Courses are advancing. Carries are advancing as well. He is going for a surgically precise strike on the command center. There's pretty much only Valkyries here back at home. Command center is getting taken down within the blink of an eye and is dead and gone. Now the SBs are under attack. Valkyries are trying to defend, but the Corsairs are keeping them away. At the same time there, though, Rabbit is pushing through the front door, taking down those cannons, but this was a risky call, and it looks like Leebokgu's risky call is paying off because all the command centers are getting taken down. He might switch over into some Dark Temples on the low ground here as well, as he's taking out all the command centers and the scans. This is going south really quick here for Rabbit. Things are not looking fine, things are not looking great. Valkyries, they're still on the sides, they're trying to take down interceptors. Turrets are providing a lot of supports against the interceptors, but the interceptors are simply just being rebuilt. He's just spamming the produce button. Interceptors keep coming in. The final command center there goes down. No money is coming into the bank there for Rabbit. Takes on the academy as well. Oh, most of the carriers are still alive. Lost only 3. Might lose a couple more as the Valkyries are hanging there on the side. There's still a chance that Rabbit is going to win, but things are not looking that great. Things are not looking that positive. He is in a real tight bind here. Carriers are still alive. They've been here for a very long time. He keeps on producing, but he doesn't have the money. He's running out of money. He's building a command center, losing the armories now as well. If the armories are gone, Goliaths and Valkyries can no longer be produced. And just like that, Leebokgu flips things on his head. Instead of just trying to attack the front here, something Rabbit has invested a lot of money into, he just decides to just walk right in there and attack right at the heart of Rabbit's economy and take it all down. Valkyries are coming in from the top side there, though, going to try to save the day. He's got a couple of them there lined up to attack the carrier bodies, but the carrier bodies are pretty damn beefy with all them upgrades he's got on them. Some 3-2-2 upgrades against 0-2 on the Valkyries. And it does look like the carriers are gonna barely survive here. Gonna try to take down the command center before all the carriers are dead and gone. Takes down the command center, and now there's actually only 330 minerals left in the bank for Rabbit. That's definitely not gonna cut it. Dark Temples, you're in the front, taking down some tanks. Tanks can no longer advance because there's no scan, no vessel, and Rabbit loses after showing a very strong first 14 minutes, but after 15 minutes, Leebokgu just decided to, you know what? It's now or never. And you know what? It all worked out just perfectly fine. So he gets himself the win in game number 1. So now let's look for game number 2 and see what's going to happen in game number 2. Just let me load it up real quick. Just let me find it. Let me see it. Where is it? Okay. So Rabbit is going to get himself a second chance here, a chance for redemption. Is Leebokgu going to give it to him? Or is Leebokgu going to say, nope, not on my watch. I'm not going to give you a chance to make a comeback. Not here, not today. Today is the day you fall. So Leebokgu here once again on the brown Protoss on the 3 o'clock spawn location, and Rabbit here on the 12 o'clock spawn location on the magenta Terran. What are they gonna do? Last game, Rabbit looked completely fine up until the game just flipped on its head. Is this gonna be another one of those games? Or is Rabbit gonna change his tune, shift the gears, and give Leebokgu a nice little surprise? He's going for barracks first, and no command center coming in. He wants to play early, he wants to play rough, he wants to fight right from the start. Leebokgu there though, has got something up his sleeve. Starts with a pylon in the choke, which definitely means he might start some gateways there in the front. Both players are up for a fight. Neither of the two are going to stick to the conventional build orders. Wait, that's a forge. He's up to some crazy things, and I cannot say what is it going to be, because this is something you might see once every 200 matches. So, at this point, whatever Leebokgu is going to do, I won't be able to tell you. But Rabbit though, he might find the choke here from Leebokgu very early. And the earlier he finds that choke, the higher the danger is for Leebokgu. Because the barrack there is finished up, Marine is on the way, Double SCV are scouting the map, and he finds him before 145. Finds him before the cannon is even close to finishing up. Leebokgu cancels the cannon. Oh, but Rabbit here decides against attacking the cannon. I think he should have attacked it. He could have done some damage onto the single cannon there, but he gives Leebokgu a little bit of leeway. He's going to keep that cannon at full HP, put a Marine there in the front. What's he going to do here back at home? He's going to keep on producing Marines. Deeper there on the way as well. Leebokgu got a Nexus and an Assimilator there on the way. See, I haven't really seen anyone do this bold order Leebokgu's doing right now. I don't think you should do it, because it looks funky. Perhaps a little bit too funky, a little bit too cheesy. Pylon Forge, Gateway, Cybercore, and Nexus, and Gas. Things do seem to be a little bit jumbled up. Oh yeah, this is why you don't do this bold order. Rabbit are pulling SCVs to the choke, attacks the cannon, Marines getting on top of it, probes are being pulled to the front to try and defend, but this is not going to cut it, not going to do it. So now we've got 7 or 6 SCVs taking down cannons. Marines are coming in from the base, got an Academy there on the way, Gas is finished up as well, going for the pylon, going to try to depower everything there in the front. Leebokgu is scrambling, throwing down cannons left and right without even paying attention to what they look like. He just needs to defend. One Zealot has finished up. SCVs are arriving there. Cannon behind the pylons there. Finishes up. He's blocking Rabbit from getting on top of the cannon. Marines are trying to kill it. SCVs do get on top finally. Probes are killing the Marines there though. Cannon stays alive. Cannon is doing more damage than it should. SCVs are clipping into each other. He does kill the cannon, but cannon number 2 there finishes up. Probes are defending. Oh, Rabbit is pulling back. He knows, he realizes it didn't quite work out. He gambled, he risked it, he cheesed it. And Leebokgu barely survives with a little bit of luck and a pretty good probe pull. Some more cannons are on the way. The structures in the front there, though, are still exposed to harm, still exposed to danger. Rabbit Air moves his Marines forward a little bit to see what's being built there, sees the cannons are finishing up. There's a Citadel of Adun there on the scene as well. We've got a Templar's Archive there on the way. But there's no powered up gateway at the moment on the map for Leebokgu. And it finishes up. You can start building Dark Templars very, very soon. Rabbit has no detection yet. No engineering bay. No scan. No second command center. He might be in for a rude awakening when the Dark Templar comes out and starts whacking and smacking onto those Marines and buildings. And it doesn't look like an engineering bay will be on the way anytime soon. Rabbit here misreading, but Rabbit here finds himself a very good position behind the Nexuses. Probes are being pulled, probes are attacking, Marines are microing away, probes are being pulled the other direction. It looks like a couple of probes are going to go down. Now the question is going to be, is Leebokgu going to use the Dark Templar to defend or to attack? By defending, he exposes the fact he's got a Dark Templar, which is going to give Rabbit some time to get an engineering bay. Perhaps in time, maybe not. Storm Marines have gone down. Rabbit has started this engineering bay there in the back. He's building a depot wall in the front to make sure the Dark Templar can't get in, but Leebokgu there with a very smart pylon in the choke blocks the supply depot construction, but Rabbit just builds the supply depot a little bit further into the front. Dark Templar's on the way, gonna try to stop the supply depot from finishing up. SCV is exposed, another SCV arrives on the scene, starts attacking the supply. He can't get through. He tried to walk through, but he can't get through. And it looks like Rabbit barely defends the front there, buys himself a lot of time. Turret is on the way there in the back as the engineering base finished up. 2 more Marines are arriving there at the backside of Leebokgu. Probes are being pulled, probes are killing the Marines. Triple Dark Templar on the scene, only 5 Marines. He's pulling back, got a Vulture there as well. Turrets are almost finished up, turrets are finished up, and everything is protected in the back. Very close call, but Rabbit played that absolutely perfectly there at the end. Leebokgu had to make a very tough choice. Defend, show my cards, or attack and get the element of surprise. He chose to defend, but lost the element of surprise. But his game is still looking very good here for Leebokgu. 2 exposed supply depots in the front. Turrets all over the place there in the back. Command Center number 2 is finishing up. Scan is on the way. Dark Templar's getting on top of the turret. Can he kill the turret? He kills the turret really quick because the damage on the Dark Templars is so damn high. Now the factory is exposed, and the Marines and Vultures cannot attack because the Dark Templars are a little bit too far away. Scan is finishing up very soon as well. Will he be there in time? He does. He has Stim. Dark Templars are attacking left and right. Now he's got to make tough choices to defend the left, to defend the right. He defends the left, but now the right is getting attacked. And likewise, when he moves to the right, the left side is once again under assault. Finds the refinery is exposed on the top side. The turret does not cover everything. Leebokgu with the Dark Templar play, doing some real damage there, finding weaknesses in Rabbit's defense. The 2 barrack build order there from Rabbit might have been too risky. Losing all those SCVs early, pulling them for the attack, might have been a little bit too risky. It was almost good enough to win the game, but now he is getting harassed left and right. Topside, backside, nothing is safe. Turrets being thrown up all over the place. Can he save the base? It's gonna be a question of the great times. Academy went down, a new one is being built. It's keeping the Dark Templar away there on the side. We've got Templar Storm on the way, and a lot of gateways being built there in Leebokgu's base. He's got Zealous Peter on the way, level 1 attack as well. He's just gonna go for a very clean and simple mass attack with some tech units mixed in. Dark Templars and High Templars, left and right. So Dark Templar there still killing SCVs, on 32 in total. Things are not looking good for Rabbit. He's also supply blocked at the moment because his Leebokgu is doing a great job of containing him to a very small little area. Not what Rabbit was expecting when he went for that cheese attack there on the choke. Not what he was expecting. High Templar walks itself into his death by accident though. Zealots are marching in over the left side. Oh, Rabbit is not prepared for this one. Breaks right through, gets on top of the tank, breaks through everything right on top of the Marines. Dark Templar's coming in as well. Dark Templar's going for everything they can. And, oh, Rabbit finds himself a really good position to defend from in between his supply depots. But he calls GG because it's simply an overwhelming force. So you're coming in from Leebokgu, and he wins in 9 minutes and 1 second. Gets himself 2 wins in a row. Both games looking bad, but then all of a sudden, flipping the switch and everything just turns around in his favor. Wins the games twice in a row. Leebokgu today is once again victorious over Rabbit, who showed really good gameplay, but perhaps not good enough. This was RGB for RJB TV. I do hope you enjoyed the video, and I do hope to see you return next time around when I, once again, plan on delivering you some high-level, top-level StarCraft fastest map entertainment here on RGB TV YouTube channel. See you soon, brothers and sisters.